Good Monday morning, everybody. Chris Allen here on the Sam channel, which is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. On this February 20th, it is a Monday. Whew. After not too bad of a weekend, things did warm up. Yesterday, we had a high of 63 in Bowling Green, and that was 11 degrees warmer than the seasonal average of 52. So, yeah, nice. Today, a few more clouds than we saw yesterday, especially this morning, and even maybe a little bit of drizzle or mist coming through. As you can see, this is just kind of as I explained yesterday, just a little weak upper wave that is streaming through the area. There's not really a lot of rain falling out of this. Some of it is light rain, where you see some of the green showing up, but most of the grayish looking stuff here is just mist or drizzle. Some of it is reaching the ground, some of it is not. It's just there. It's not really organized. It's not really a big deal. It's not going to become a big deal. This is just a little bit of an anomaly, if you will. That's just kind of moving through the area. So you may find some little tiny raindrops on your windshields this morning. Some of you may not see anything, but most of it will come through this morning and not really be that big of a deal. Although we could see the clouds be persistent for a while, but it looks like maybe this afternoon we'll see some sunshine coming back out as this little system just kind of, just makes its way through the area. Well, let's check on the model blender here and see what's coming up in the next few days. And with that, more warm air, more unseasonably warm air. So we go 63 today, which was our high yesterday, as I mentioned, and that would be another 10, 11 degrees above the average for this time of the year. We should be about 52 for a high temperature. We're going to go 63, 61 tomorrow. But look what happens. What's going to happen is there's a series of systems that is going to come in. Remember yesterday, if you watched, I said there would be three systems. All three of them kind of come into Kentucky, stall out, and then retreat back north as a warm front. So each time the warm air begins to build, and eventually the moisture is going to take over, and we get some real decent rainfall, heavier rainfall toward the middle part of the week. And with that comes near record breaking, if not record breaking heat. I know it's February. It's February 20th, and I'm talking about record breaking heat. It's a possibility. As you see, 76 possible on Wednesday. How about 78, close to 80 on Thursday? Wow. That's pretty incredible for February. It's happened before, but it's rare, as you know. Then we have one of those big plunges coming as we get into Friday. We go from 78 down to 37 on Thursday night. And then Friday, we get to 51. So big temperature swings coming as we get toward the end of the week. And then we climb right back up again. We go back into the upper 50s to low to mid 60s for much of next week, which not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday is the first day of March. Oh, the Ides of March and the winds of March. I think the winds of March are already here because we've had some breezy conditions, and that looks to continue as we go through the next several days. Speaking of wind, is there a little bit out there this morning? Let's check it out on the Kentucky Mesonet Network. First of all, the temperatures are quite mild in the 50s this morning. You will not have to go out and scrape the windshield or warm up your vehicle or even wear extra coatings or layers. It's in the 50s, and then we're going to be in the 60s again today. Let's check the winds here to see if there's anything going on as far as that. Light out of the south. Notice the winds are coming up. The arrows pointing northward, which means the winds are coming south. There's an occasional breeze at 10, 12 miles per hour, but most of these are below 10 miles per hour or pretty near calm. So we don't have much of a wind out there this morning. That's good. That's good. Everything is pretty quiet and pretty dry, except for some of those little showers that are trying to show up, or the misty drizzle in some cases. All right, let's go to the maps here, and we'll go through the next several days, and I can show you how all of this is going to work. At the big story, really, out of everything, is this zonal flow. I mean, the winds here are coming. The upper winds are coming up out of the west, off of the Pacific. Now, when you see this kind of setup, it always means warmer air. The warmer flow, the warmer waters coming up off of the Pacific Ocean, coming all the way across the country and bringing those warmer temperatures to our area. The colder stuff is up here above the 540 line, as you see that. This is where the cold air resides. The jet stream is taking everything west to east, and that is going to keep us in the driver's seat as far as warmer air. I don't foresee any cold shots of air coming in anytime soon. Here's a little bit of that moisture trying to be picked up here that I showed you on the radar this morning, just kind of that little weak disturbance, a little short wave, if you will, that's just trying to squeeze out a little bit of moisture, but there's just not a whole lot there. So some of you will see that, even though it paints in the coverage here, it's going to be light. There's just not a lot going on with this. So it's hard. It will be hard to even measure most of this light rainfall as it comes through the area today. So most of it is this morning. By afternoon, all of it fades away, moves east, and we're back into the drier air. Now, once it does move east, we start to see it organize a little better with some upward lift in the higher elevations, eastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee, but not much of anything going on here. Now, as we get into Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. We continue that notice here. The zonal flow, wow, it's really prevalent. It's just continuing to give us that warmer air. And so we stay around 60, the low 60s, but we're going to continue to build. You're going to watch the 540 line here, the cold line, retreat to the north. Low pressure system that's over Montana, pretty decent there, but it's not coming our way. The jet stream steering it further to the north away from us as we get into Tuesday. Here we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, and we do start to see along a warm front. Here's the low pressure and a warm front. You see that retreating colder air to the north. This warm front then is going to pick up on some moisture, not only the Pacific flow, but then the Gulf of Mexico gets involved because high pressure is out here in the Atlantic, and the flow is going to take in some of that Gulf of Mexico moisture. So eventually, along that warm front, we start to see the lift and we start to see the showers coming in a little bit better. Timeline here is late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We start to see more shower activity trying to work into the area. Let's advance the timeline. And we see scattered showers, just not a whole lot of organization yet until right there. Now, this is when we get into midday Wednesday, and you see the low back here to the west of us with the wintry side of things as the jet stream is well to the north. That's going to keep any kind of wintry weather away from us. But once this thing gets organized, there's going to be a series of cold fronts that are going to make a run at us. And remember, I said there's three of them. There's going to be three of them. And they all come in to our area, but then they stop. And then what's unique about this is each one goes back to the north as a warm front. So this pattern is just going to keep coming one after the other as we get into Wednesday. Thursday, we get a break, then more showers on Friday evening. Saturday looks to be a rainy day. Sunday, a chance of showers. So we're going to see unsettled weather here, not necessarily severe weather, but rainy weather. As this jet stream, I mean, it just takes everything up and over. So the flow just opens up here over the southeastern part of the country, while the northwestern part of the country is going to deal with all this cold air and that deep low pressure system over the Rockies and continual snows. And it's wintry there, like it's supposed to be in February. For us, it's going to be like spring. It's just the pattern that is set up right now. And it looks to be the case much of this week. As long as that jet stream rides way to the north, we're not going to get any cold air. We may get, one day of chillier air, which is going to be Friday, but then we warm right back up after that, as you saw in that 10-day blender. It's just not going to stay cold long. I talked about it last week in one of my updates about how this pattern that's set up right now is going to be the kind that continually brings us warmer air. Maybe one day it gets to feeling like February, and then we go right back into the warmer air. And really, from what I see, that doesn't look to change. That's not to say at some point before the month is over, or even the beginning of March, we get one cold day with kind of like a few days ago. We had that one day after it was in the 70s, and then we had flurries flying around. That's possible. But a big snow, a big freeze, I don't see it. I just don't see it. It could surprise us sometime in March, but between now and the beginning of March, it's just not there. It's just the pattern is not, there are no signals showing up that's going to say, yeah, we're going to get something like that. So snow lovers, winter lovers, I think this winter is pretty much done as far as that's concerned. Again, there could be a surprise here or there, but I just don't see it. All right. Getting ready to head to the radio station, Sam 100.7 for the morning show. I've got a lot of things to give away this morning. Got free coffee from the Good Stuff Coffee and More coffee shop next to Lost River Pizza. I've got all kinds of stuff to give away this morning. So we've reloaded the prize bin. We've got some things to give away. So listen in for your chance to win this morning. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Have a great day. God bless you. And I'll see you on the radio.